Hello. I am your host today for this pleasant podcast. It is the 25th of August of 2020. We have Curtis, Will, Gravy, Thalomin, Viking, and me, Mig.
Were you on like
Welcome,
Family Feud or
guys.
something? You're like, hello and welcome to the.
This is our
I think
first recorded
Let
podcast.
him speak.
This is our first recorded podcast, so this is definitely something that is unique today. I have a very unique
edited.
setup.
Weird.
Yes, it's going to be edited. Somewhat. Not like too heavily. It's going to be slightly edited. So yeah,
Just put some bright flashing
just-
colors on the screen.
Just edit everything out I say.
pretty much.
Curtis wasn't here.
Well, today we have a little bit of a discussion about PCs, our progression with PCs. And this can tie in a little bit to Minecraft, but I think it honestly ties into more about like our gaming experience, maybe just specifically our PC experience. I think I'll let Curtis go first since he's the first in line. So yeah, take it away, Curtis.
Are we introducing ourselves or?
Just
We
talk
edited
about
out.
your PC experience, like where you started, where you are now. You know.
Well, that's a good story there. I started out with an HP Pavilion G7 Series 17.3-inch laptop.
Oh,
Yeah, so
that's
your
a
pants
fat
on over
laptop.
there.
That's a fat laptop though.
It was always hard to get
17.
the correct case for it because they were all made for like 15 or 16 inches.
Yeah.
So I finally
That's what
found
I
a
have.
case that I was able to squish the laptop in there, where it would squeeze it very tightly, that it felt like it was just gonna invert on itself and break in half. But I got it in there. What was the question?
What was the question?
It's about the progression of your PC experience.
Oh, okay.
Why?
So I started off playing on my PC, the good old game that everybody knows and loves, Solitaire. You know, with the ace and the fives and all the other numbers. That one.
What about 473? I don't know why that number came to my mind, but
That number
That
ain't
was-
there.
That was my favorite number. I never got to it.
I see.
But then I got bored of that after about a day. And it was like a $300 laptop. So for like 10-year-old or for like 12-year-old me, I paid like $300 for this laptop. And then they were like, yeah, that's gonna be $50 tax. And I was like, okay, this is not what I want to do anymore.
Mhm.
But back to the regular question. I started playing Solitaire, and I went to Minecraft, and I put probably thousands and thousands hours of time on Minecraft. And then I got bored of that, so I started playing Rust Legacy version on my laptop. And then they came out with the new Rust, and my laptop couldn't handle it. So then I
So you-
upgraded to my laptop to my gaming computer, and then played thousands and thousands of hours on Rust. Got bored of it, and now I'm back on Minecraft.
The
You only had
circle
three
of
computers?
life.
Can I
Oh,
raise my
I've had a
hand?
lot of computers.
Can I
Alright.
raise my hand and ask a question?
Go for it.
Curtis, did you build your computer?
Yes.
I see. What are the
Nice.
specs?
Like, what were the first specs I had on the first version, or
I mean,
the
just now.
specs right now? Okay, well, I got an Intel Core i5 4690K Quad 4 processor. And then I also have an AMD Radeon.
Ooh,
550?
Radeon.
I can't remember what the graphics card is.
I have a
And-
Radeon card in my crappy laptop.
Yeah,
Nice.
And then 16 gigabytes of RAM, a cooling fan, a military motherboard, and I think that's really all of it in there. I have a CD drive that's not connected because I don't know where the wire is, so that's just for looks. I tried to play The Sims on it the other day, and it wouldn't open up, so I took my computer apart, and there was just no wire going to it, so I had to buy a CD drive off of, online.
Nah,
nowadays.
nice.
So now I got a highway USB CD drive.
Nice.
Very cool.
All
Very
right.
well.
Well, I
Who's
guess
next?
I'll go ahead with my story. For the longest time, I was on a series of like two Toshiba laptops playing Minecraft. First computer, I think I put a virus on it because I was trying to do mods. And yeah, I don't even remember the specs. All I know is it was garbage. It was garbage.
Yeah.
Both of them were. The second was a touchscreen. That was even worse because I tried to play Minecraft touchscreen, and whenever you like even slightly touch it, it would just like go all over the place.
I know exactly what you're
Yeah,
talking about.
yeah. Then
I'll
that
get into
one
that
did
in a
just
second.
that one I think just died because the charging port broke. It literally couldn't plug in, so we couldn't really do much about that. Next, I got like a Dell, like your standard Dell desktop that you would see at the schools sometimes, like
Mhm.
the
I know what you're
teachers
talking
had.
about.
The most
Uh,
basic.
yeah, it's the most basic
desktop.
one, and I used that, and it ran pretty good. It ran Minecraft pretty good. It didn't do anything else pretty good. So I tried to do some video editing, and I think after some point it just decided to crash because I think I filled up the hard drive. And then for a while I didn't have a PC. I was playing on PS4 with Gravy and some other people on PS4 Minecraft. Then I finally got something good enough to do some recording on, which was a MacBook Pro for a while. And it's like the 2016 MacBook Pro. It might be the 2017. I'm not exactly sure. Actually, no, it was the 2016. Yeah. And it's got like 8 gigs of RAM. I'm not even sure what the graphics card is, but it was pretty good for what it was for a while.
Yeah.
And then Gravy here, he's going to have an interesting story as well. He got me into PC building because we started watching a ton of videos, and he told me, because I remember my dad got me this broken PC tower that doesn't work because we tried building a PC with it, and we realized later on that the power button didn't even work. So that was fun.
Oh.
And then yeah, I think my first PC that successfully was built was I think it was an i7 2700K, a GTX 1050 Ti, 16 gigs of DDR3 RAM, and yeah, it was
How
1
did you
terabyte hard
be
drive.
poor?
Yeah, and then my next PC, I think I think it was the same GPU, but I changed out the motherboard and the CPU. I got a Ryzen 3 1200, and I got a new hard drive. And then the most recent, the PC that I have now is completely different from the first PC. New tower, new case, new power supply and everything. Ryzen 5 2600, GTX 1070. It's a founders edition, which honestly isn't that good. And I got something that I added, which is very helpful, is a 4 terabyte external drive. So now I'm pretty much geared for recording and streaming and video editing. At least good enough for now until I have my next upgrade. I don't know when that's gonna be. But yeah, it's been an interesting journey to here, but I'm happy to be here. So yeah, pretty awesome.
I guess I'm next. So I've had a really like weird journey, right? Where I've gone from like crappy laptop up to like decent desktop, back down to crappy laptop as I started paying for my own computers, and then I got a crappy laptop gifted to me for Christmas, and that's the thing that I'm using now. But that's not the point. I'll get to that later. So I started, I think when I was like 3 or 4. I guess this counts because we had it for like 10 years, right? Um, it's Dell. It was like a Dell Inspiron 15, and it's like super old and janky, and like couldn't even open like Chrome in less than 10 seconds. Garbo laptop, right? Um, and at my dad's house, because that was the computer that my mom had at her house. At my dad's house, he had a 2011 MacBook Pro. That was the first like computer I remember him having that wasn't like his work computer that he'd bring back and forth home. So that was like the first personal computer that we would have there. And I like that it worked. Like it's not good by today's standards, but it was pretty good like back then. You know. And then um they both kind of upgraded. So they had my dad got an all-in-one PC, if you know what that is. So it's like the computer is built into the monitor.
Oh wow.
Those are annoying.
I know.
They're
Yeah, I
really annoying.
remember. My cousin
And
had one of those.
It
I had
had
one of
Windows
those
8.
and I
The
fell in love
only
with
time I've
Windows.
ever seen Windows. Are you speaking, Gravy? I really can't hear you.
Yeah, you're
I said
quiet.
that I had one of those and I was playing Minecraft on it and I saw that there's a touchscreen mode and it was terrible.
Mhm. Yeah, dude, I used to play so much shuffleboard on like because Windows 8 had like an app store and there was like this mini games thing it had Windows 8, which is like the only time I ever saw Windows 8. It was weird.
Same.
I mean, it had like a home screen and then you had to press a button to get into
Yup.
like the
Remember that.
start screen. Man, it was weird. And then
It's the worst version of Windows.
it didn't have the start button in the corner. It was just the taskbar. That's beside the point. So then I started buying my own laptops, and I don't remember the first couple of things that I had, but like because I go back and forth between my mom's and my dad's house, it just makes sense for me to have a laptop. And also, I'm poor, so I have a crappy laptop. Um, so right now I have what's it called? I have the specs pulled up so I can look at them. The HP Pavilion. It's a convertible, right? So it turns into a this is what was gifted to me that I was mentioning earlier. And what I think is interesting about this is that it's completely my fault that it sucks, right? Like, so my mom was texting me one day, and I was like, she was asking about computers, but she said something about a keyboard, and so I thought she was talking about a an electric keyboard because I was asking for one of those because I needed one to like at least like to play stuff, right?
Like a
And
piano.
yeah, like a piano. Yeah. So I was asking for one of those. So she brought it up and I was like, "Oh." And then and she had just gotten like the same computer, but like it's a little bit worse. Um right before. And so she was asking questions and I thought she was asking about her computer and she's like, "What is an SSD?" And I was like, "No, your computer doesn't have that." Or I was like, "No, it doesn't have that," or something like that. And basically like she was being really vague about it because it was a gift, right? I wasn't supposed to know about it. And like
Non-PC person tries to describe PC to PC person.
Yeah.
exactly. But regardless, it's completely my fault that this thing sucks. um but it has an i5 7200U, which is actually not a completely bad processor, to be fair. It's got 2 cores, which isn't like great, but like that's not a horrible processor. Um where's the graphics card? It's got a Radeon graphics card in here, but for some reason the Radeon software really sucks, and and Minecraft like for some reason just doesn't want to use the dedicated graphics card. So my frames are even worse. Like no games want
Wow.
to use it, which is really weird because I think I accidentally when I was trying to change it to make sure that it like defaulted to using the dedicated graphics card, it like just changed it for everything. And so, like it just I don't know. The Radeon software is awful. But
Jesus.
That's your experience.
basically, and then I'm working on saving up money for a new PC that'll be way
Nice.
better. Ryzen 5 3600, 16 gigabytes of RAM. This has 8 gigabytes that I'm using right now. Way more storage. This thing only has like 128 gigs of storage, which is awful.
Jeez. That's how
And
much my
then
MacBook had.
an RTX 2060. Like, dude, I have to
Not
delete
bad.
every clip or video that like just I'm done with. It's just gone forever.
That sucks.
Dude, I have to delete the recycling bin. That's
Nice.
how that's how low the storage is on this thing.
Wow. Yeah.
You know?
All right.
My turn.
I imagined you creepily smiling after saying that, like the Mig smirk, but worse.
Who,
Like
me?
like the yeah, like the Mig smirk, but intentional.
Huh. Okay.
I don't know why.
I don't either.
My
So I guess I'll go. Um, wow. I mean, my computer experience starts with a Sinclair Z80, which was basically a little all-in-one box that you plugged into a television.
I just
And
looked it up. That's interesting. Came out
yep,
in 1980.
yep, yep. That
That's
was
actually
why it
really
was.
interesting.
And so that was my first computer. My second computer was a Sinclair Spectrum, and it came, I think, with 1K of memory in it, and
That's
you had this,
kilobytes or
Yeah,
megabytes.
yeah,
kilobytes,
kilobytes, yeah,
Yeah.
1K, and
which is like so
which is
it's
yeah,
kilobyte. There's 100 kilobytes in a megabyte, and 100
There's a
Bit
megabytes
more
in
than
a.
thousand
that, but
kilobytes.
there's
yeah.
Oh,
a one
is it 1,000?
1,000, yeah,
You're right. So it's
1024,
so it's like
1024
yeah.
K
So
per meg.
basically, it's not good.
Oh no, no, it's not good.
It
By
was good at the
today's
time though.
standards,
It
yeah.
had the basic programming language was built into it. That's all you could do. You'd write programs and save them using your audio out to a cassette deck. And you'd load programs by, telling it you want to do the load and then hit the play button and you'd play your cassette back to it to load the thing in.
Weird.
And it was pretty good. You could uh get a magazine. They had magazines for these PCs where you'd get pages and pages of code, and you type them in, save it off to your cassette tape, and then load it back in and play Frogger.
Mm.
Because you'd basically typed the machine code for Frogger by following what was in this magazine. Um, and I eventually upgraded. I bought the brick. The brick was a 16K memory pack that plugged into the back of this thing, and if you even hit it just a little bit, it would disconnect. You'd lose the connection, and everything that was in memory would disappear.
wow.
So you had to be very careful when you had the brick plugged in.
So was like that. Was that what it like they actually called it, or was it
That's
just
what anyone who had one called it.
okay? So it was just like a nickname for it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a 16K upgrade pack or something like that for the
Uh,
Timex, not for the Timex, for the Sinclair Spectrum.
okay, so it wasn't a computer by itself. It just added more memory.
It was like an
Right.
external hard
Yeah.
drive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kind of.
exactly.
it was basically a memory chip that is bigger than most cell phones,
Uh,
bigger than
so
most
you could
paperback
do
books.
more. Like
Yeah,
you could write more code and
yeah,
save
exactly.
longer amounts of code.
I mean, you've seen a typical red brick, right?
Yeah.
About 2 inches wide, about 6 inches long. It was about that size. So that's why everyone called it a brick,
Mm,
because it was about the size of a brick. Um, so then eventually I upgraded and got myself a Radio Shack TRS 80, the Trash 80, um, which was the first computer that actually had DOS on it that I had. And then from there, it's various gaming systems and various laptops and PCs. I built myself a PC back when 286s and 386s were the processors. Um, I've had a Toshiba laptop. I have had a couple Asus laptops. I've got a 2005 MacBook Pro. My current machine for doing gaming on is a Dell. What is this thing? A Latitude 5580 with 16 gig of memory and a 512 gig solid state drive. And it's got a quad core i7 in it.
Not
That's great.
bad.
That isn't bad. What's
No, it's
the
pretty good.
GPU on that thing?
It's an Intel integrated
Oh,
graphics.
so it's
Uh,
okay. See, that's
That's
where
the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
just to put this in perspective, real quick, there's a billion kilobytes in a terabyte, and you said that your first computer had a kilobyte of data or RAM, or like or storage. or RAM?
1 kilobyte of RAM,
Okay,
and the
so
only storage was RAM or cassette tape.
okay, so you had 1 kilobyte of RAM.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means that there's what 16 million kilobytes in a 16 gigabyte RAM kit now. That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh,
Absolutely.
since we
all
missed
complain
you,
about it.
since we missed you, on the whole PC experience thing.
Yeah, no, we like skipped you because you were just like on.
Yeah, sorry. When I got some macaroni salad. So my PC experience, that's what's gonna. So my PC experience, I played, or my first computer was a E machine from. I got it back in 2007 or 8. I was like 5. I was like 5 years old, I think, when we got it. And man, did I play Flash games and Solitaire, and there
Dude,
was
Flash games, like there's some banging Flash games.
uh, but I think the first game that I really got into was this 3D monster truck game. It was terrible. I don't even know the name of it, but looking back on it now, it was no bueno. And then had that computer until like, or I still have it. It's at my mom's house in the garage, but stopped using that when we got an all-in-one, an HP all-in-one that I tried to play Minecraft touchscreen on. It didn't work too well, and I had Windows 8. Unpopular opinion though, I really do like Windows 8. It's
That
just
is
nostalgic for
incredibly
me.
unpopular.
That is
I
a
don't know.
controversial
Oh,
opinion.
dude, I was one of the unlucky ones that had to use Windows 8.
Oh,
Me
I did
too.
Worst thing I ever did.
If I get to tell my story, I'll tell you what happened to me.
All
I
right.
don't
Well,
know. I just
I
really
just
like.
have one thing to say to you all, and that's Windows Vista.
Worst
I
one.
used- I've
Was the
used
worst.
Windows Vista.
Windows 95 is the best.
We had to
I
go.
still have machines running 95
I
because
had to
it's
help
the
my
stablest OS
grandfather.
I have.
It is.
I, yeah, I had to help my grandfather go computer shopping one time because he still had a computer. It was like 2016, running Vista.
Nice.
All of the U.S. government runs on Windows 95.
Yeah, it's stable, man.
Insecure.
Insecure.
Yeah. So I think I had I got the all-in-one, and then I had my PS3. That's what I played most games on. But it's PS3. And then I stopped playing PC games when I got my PS4, and played my PS4 from I got it back in holiday of 2014 when it first came out. I still have the thing. It's been like 6 years.
I do too.
Same.
It sounds. I'll
It
give
works
you guys
well.
one day I'll show you. I'll put it up to my microphone, show you how loud it is. I've cleaned the whole thing, but I guess the thermal paste in it is like crust now. So I gotta I dusted it out because it was sounding like a jet engine for like years, and I got a bunch of dust out, but it's still super loud. I think the thermal paste is just done, so I got to replace that. And then I back in 2018, January of 2018, I got $120 from cat sitting my neighbors while they were on vacation for like 6 days. And I
Dude.
spent all $120 on a PC case. And I
Nice.
had no parts, but I was like, I really want this case.
I
And
remember
they
we
had
opened the
built it by the-
case when you built it, and there was a spider in it. That's
so
how
I
long
had
you
it-
kept it.
So
That's just for extra assembly.
actually, I didn't. Oh, let me think.
No, you can put the power supply on top of that thing. It'll be there forever.
I actually got it in January of 2017. Yeah.
So 2 years.
Yeah, so I had it for 2 years.
Really?
Until I actually built anything inside of it. And then one Christmas, my rich ass grandparents that haven't been in my life since I was like 4 sent me a huge check for like no reason. So I spent like $500 and I had all my parts shipped from Amazon, and there was my processor and not my processor, my RAM and my
Just
oh no, it was my motherboard. So my motherboard, I got it shipped to my house, and it said on Amazon that it was delivered, but it wasn't delivered. So then I called Amazon and I was like, "Hey, like it says that it's delivered, but it's not here." And Amazon's great customer support will literally give you a refund for anything, and you can just say that you never got it, and they'll be like, "Okay, here's your money," because they're all about customer service.
mhm.
And then my motherboard comes in 2 days later. So I got a $140 motherboard for free. So that was
Wow.
epic gamer moment. And then Mig gave me his old Ryzen 3 1200 4 core
Oh, dude, that's
and his GTX 1050 Ti, and I gave him a ring light and a microphone, DSLR Rode shotgun mic, because I used to be really into filming, but I was like, I need the processor and the GTX 1050 Ti, and I'm pretty
wait.
sure he still
So
has
at
it.
this point, you spent $120 on
A
a
case.
case and $120 on a motherboard.
Well, I got the motherboard
Nothing
for
on a
free.
motherboard.
Well,
It's
true.
$500.
Motherboard
on
was
good
free.
stuff.
I spent $160 on 16 gigabytes of RGB Trident Z RAM. Um,
You've
I
got
spent
like the most banging setup with a Ryzen 3 something.
yeah, so it looked really nice. I have a NZXT liquid or all-in-one liquid cooler. It's got the spinning NZXT logo on it. It's really sick. And then I spent $40 on custom white braided cables.
You're all about
um
the aesthetic with this
oh
thing.
yeah, I did. I care more about looks than power.
No,
And
that's not me.
let's see. I bought a $20 SSD from Office Depot the day we built it. The day I was on the way to Mick's house to build it with him. I stopped by Office Depot and grabbed a $20 SSD. And then what else did I buy for it?
I also gave you my old hard drive.
Power supply, hard drive, and power supply. Yeah.
Yeah.
So half my components were from Mig.
And then your
What'd you do for
motherboard
an
was
OS?
free
Yeah, my motherboard was free. I think
for
the
an
only thing.
OS. He probably just downloaded uh or got Mig to download onto it on a bootable hard drive or flash drive for his
Yeah.
OS.
He wiped the hard drive, and then we installed Windows onto the. It was 120 gigabyte HP E drive SSD. It was only $20, and then 2 months later, the SSD crashed. Converted from FAT32 to RAW format, so I lost all
Mm.
my data. And then something was wrong with my motherboard, and I was about to cry. I was so
If you
mad.
look,
I
you've had
thought
a
I
lot of PC problems, huh? I mean,
yeah.
spilling
So
orange juice on it.
okay, that didn't affect it. All right. But I was working on something on my PC, and then all of a sudden, like half the lights on the motherboard just turned off. My RAM light wasn't on. it was showing red. The only logo that was on was the ROG Strix logo on the top left on the IO. And I thought that I fried my motherboard and all the components, and I was about to cry because I was so mad because I only had the computer for like a month. And then I was watching a YouTube video, and out of desperate hope, because the guy was, I called Asus, and I thought that I'd be able to get my computer or my motherboard back in like a week. They said it was a 3-month turnaround. So I'm like, oh, well, this is great. So I guess I'm just going to have to buy a new motherboard to try and fix this one. I go on the dark corners of the internet, searching stuff up about how to fix it. The problem, some guy said that he that he fixed it, and he had the same issue, and he fixed it by jamming a screwdriver into the motherboard.
What?
And
Like,
yeah,
what do you mean by like?
into the USB 3.0 port.
Okay, I was
And
like, that
so
doesn't sound like a good idea.
and I was like, it's got to be worth a try.
I mean, if it was fried, like,
It
Yeah,
wasn't
Eric?
fried. It
well,
wasn't fried. It
I
was a
know it
different
wasn't fried,
issue.
but if you thought it was fried or it was like just dead, like, I would do whatever would
Yeah,
because like at
it
that
wasn't
point,
fried. I thought it was fried. And this guy was like, "Yeah, I fixed it by just shoving a screwdriver, the USB 3.0 header, which is the blue one,
yeah,
on the motherboard." And so yeah, I did that. Bent like 15 pins. Uh, but hey, my motherboard, it booted right back up. I was, I had a, I had a tear of joy. I was so happy.
just a
Um,
singular tear.
just one drop out of my right eye, and then let's see. I didn't have USB 3.0. I didn't have any of my USB ports on the top of my computer for like 7 months, and then I had a genius idea while getting coffee in the morning, before work, um, in like December.
Mhm.
You know those really thin straws for coffee.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So I took one of those and I bent each pin back into place with one.
Nice.
So it was a
Yep.
pogger moment. And then back in
it's a very
January, or
about what
actually,
you're getting.
so when my SSD crashed, the HP1 crashed, I bought another
Figure
one
out.
from the same Office Depot. Terrible mistake, but I only had $20 on me. I bought another one from the same Office Depot, and that one lasted me until um May. In May, it did the same thing. My computer crashed and it corrupted all my files, which really sucks because I had some.
That does suck.
But it was a blessing in disguise because that was a super slow SSD. The SSD only had like, it was 120 gigabytes and it only had like a 500 gigabyte endurance. Because with SSDs, unlike a hard drive where they have like an unlimited lifespans of how many times you can read and write and whatever, they'll get slower, but you can still read and write. The thing about SSD is that they only have a certain amount of endurance, and since this was a 120 gigabyte and it was like $20, it had, I think it was either between 500 gigabytes and a terabyte, and then so it came to the end of its life, and then I bought a 500 gigabyte NVMe drive.
NVMe
Um,
drive.
yeah, M.2.
500. You said 500 gigs.
Yeah, 500 gigs. I spent about $90 on it. I was gonna get a 1 terabyte, but it's a Crucial P1 or P5, either one. It came out like a week before I was gonna buy a new one. It's like the fastest Crucial drive that they have, so I
Hey,
was
I'm
like,
gonna
yeah,
be right back. I've gotta go get some water.
go for it. What? Okay.
So wait, what is your PC specs now?
Oh yeah. So back in January, I bought a Ryzen 7 2700X and a GTX 1070. And I have my Ryzen clocked at 4.2 gigahertz on all 8 cores. And
Nice.
then I upgraded the broken SSD to an NVMe drive, 500 gigabytes, and I'm probably going to get a 8 terabyte hard drive. So
Nice.
And this
All
is on
right.
the motherboard that you jammed the screwdriver
yes,
into?
mhm,
Cool.
still alive. It's free. So was like, hey, I got it for friends. Might as well just try and fix it.
Hello.
Oh, and then I
Alright.
spilled orange juice on it like 3 weeks ago or a couple weeks ago.
Last
Oh,
week.
last week.
Oh, was it really last week?
It was last
Yeah,
because
I
you were
remember. I
'cause we
remember.
were at
Hold on,
the
I still have the text messages. Remember, you were
Oh,
freaking out and calling me
we still
about
have
it.
we still have the messages in Pleasant chat somewhere.
Yeah, there was orange juice. Like the second I'd like
Yeah, it
knock
was a
it
week
off.
ago.
How
It
did
was.
that
It
even
was
like
about 10 days ago.
how did that even happen though? Like how do you
Okay.
spill orange juice on your computer?
Okay, so my computer's I like under my desk at the back, and it's like in the middle,
Mhm.
like facing me, so you can see it. And I had a glass cup with orange juice in it, and I knocked it over, and it fell on a pillow. Like I got a new comforter set that had like 2 small pillows, and I had one right next to my chair. It bounced off of the pillow and got all inside of my computer. The
Inside?
It was not a lot of it because literally, I kid you not, like 25 minutes later, I found the thumb screw, or I found a thumb screw for my case because I lost all other 3 of them, while taking parts out and stuff. So I had
Mhm.
found one, and so I put the glass case back on. It's still only hanging on by one. 25 minutes before that, before I spilt it, I put the glass case on. If I did not put the glass on, it would have been done because there's orange juice all over the front of it. But some of it got into the top, and some got on my motherboard and on my GPU, and some on my RAM, and some actually got inside of the PSU, and I could hear it in the fan.
Oh,
And
that's not
so,
good.
like the second I dropped it, I was like, "Where did it just go?" And then I look under my computer, and my computer's just dripping in orange juice. So I just turned off the power supply and then yanked out the cord. Waited like 35 minutes, cleaned it, and then boom, it was okay. I was like, "Oh my god, thought it was done." But yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that was right
my
before a meeting too.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, that's my PC experience.
Very
Long
interesting one.
stories. I was
Now we've
not
got
expecting the stories this long. Mine's gonna be
So
short compared to y'all.
I
I'll be
see.
right back. I'm gonna go get my
Well,
McFlurry.
Thalomin obviously had a long one and he didn't even tell stories. He just like
He just
had a
told us
lot
what
of
he had.
yeah, he just had a lot of things.
All right,
So
Viking,
I
go right
had,
ahead.
I've had 4 computers. I had, all 3 of them I bought myself. One of them I had help with. I bought a really crappy HP laptop. It had 8 gigabytes of RAM with an i3, like single core laptop, just to play Minecraft on with my mom, with my brother, with my sister, and our neighborhood friend. I had originally been playing on the family like tower, but like I wanted my own computer. So then I got that. In a 2 weeks after buying it, it blue screened, like
Yeah.
completely and
Oh.
totally blue screened.
See,
So
that's
then it
like a
was
similar
like,
situation to me, like wanting my own computer. But
yeah,
like, um,
it was a $200 laptop.
yeah,
So
that
at
was
the
my
time
first
I was in
laptop that I bought for myself was like 200.
sixth grade, I think. I was in 6th grade when I bought it with my own money. I was really proud. And then it died. So then my parents were like, well, okay, if this is gonna happen, like if he wants his own computer, and they told me, he's like, we're gonna get you a better computer. So they bought me and my sister matching Toshiba laptops.
Hmm.
I got mine, and my sister got hers 3 months later. It was a really good little laptop. It had an i3, or it had an i5 actually, i5 with 16 gigabytes of RAM, integrated graphics.
See,
And it was,
integrated graphics is the biggest problem with
yeah,
Yeah.
it causes problems.
laptops.
But like, so and again, this is really just to play Minecraft.
Yeah,
And so I was like, okay. And then I started getting into Team Fortress 2. And then I started getting into and then I was like, I really want to play Overwatch. So then I was like, this little laptop is not gonna cut it.
yeah.
And
TF2
because I
isn't
had,
like a super demanding
yeah,
game to be fair.
TF2, it could run at 60 FPS, no problems. And because it was a computer, it didn't matter that it was 60 FPS because that's all it could display with a 60 hertz screen monitor. So I basically decided, okay, I want to get a gaming laptop. And all my friends told me, don't get a laptop, get a PC. Because of divorced two houses, I had to get a laptop. Otherwise, I'd only have a computer at one house, or I'd have to buy 2 computers.
Mm,
So I
And I
spent,
have recently decided to do the opposite of that.
so I basically saved up from a summer's of work $2,000 and bought myself a really good HP Omen gaming laptop. It had a NVIDIA 1050 GTX graphics card, i7 quad core, 16 gigabytes of RAM. At the time, it was this is like 4 years ago. At the time, this was a really good computer,
Yeah.
and it was good enough to run Overwatch, kinda. Like
Kinda.
I used this computer up until I got the computer that I'm currently on. Like, it was a good laptop. It's currently sitting in a backpack behind me. If
You
I
sit
ever
in the
lose this
corner.
computer, like I will be using it. I streamed my first streams from it. So like I know it works. It's a consistent little computer. But as of course being around people on the Overwatch team, I joined the Overwatch team and seeing their computers and realizing I'm playing Overwatch at barely 60 FPS with like tiny flat keyboard and mouse. Like, it was great for
And
the
the
dorm
doo-doo
life,
graphics.
and it was
Yeah.
the graphics weren't terrible.
Well, no, like
They
you
were
have to have set the graphic settings lower to get better
yeah,
performance.
yeah.
That's what I mean.
So I was like, okay, I'm going to, and I forgot that So basically, this February, I got my buddy who has built computers all his life. I was like, hey, I want to build my own computer. Help me. And he was like, okay. And then we made a list. We basically built like this perfect computer. My budget was about $2,200. And I
Wow.
spent $2,100 on a
Wow.
brand new custom built computer I've got a Ryzen 3700 quad core with 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM. I want to get a little bit more RAM, but that'll come later. And a 4 terabyte hard drive, a 512 SSD, and what am I forgetting? Oh yeah, a NVIDIA 2060 Super. And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm very happy on this computer. And I've had and also you mentioned earlier Gravy PlayStations. I've had PlayStation 2, 3, and 4. I've had incredible luck with PlayStations. I've never had a single problem with one. My PS4 is an original PS4, like the first batch
Same.
that came out. And I've never had it get loud at all. Like, it's a peaceful, quiet beast, and it runs fine no matter what. My
Can I
PS2
just- go
boots up instantly, no problems with it at all. Same with the PS3.
I still have a PS2, by the way.
I saw a
But it's
PS3
very
in our
fun.
closet.
My
Yeah.
PS3, which I've had since 2008, is quieter than my PS4.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
just-
had to
Alright,
replace my
very nice
PS3 2 times because first of all the disk drive broke, and then the second one it wouldn't update for whatever reason, and it was stuck on the update screen infinitely.
I just want to bring up the fact that my cousin has he has like a really good gaming computer. His grandfather just like in his free time because he's retired now just builds computers all the freaking time, and so he has a computer. It has like an i7 with a 1660 Ti. Like, it's a really good computer, 16 gigs of RAM, and he plays nothing on. Like, he doesn't use it.
Wow.
hmm He plays on his Xbox.
Rip. Well, he'll be converted one day. Anyway,
Me too.
I think we've butchered this topic enough.
Yeah,
no,
we spent
like-
a lot of time, like
like, we
45
spent-
minutes on it. Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about movies. I mean, I want to talk about like, I'll let Curtis go right after me, but I want to talk about, I for some reason this passed me by, and like in like the couple years that I've been able to watch this, but I didn't even realize it was on Netflix. Silence of the Lambs. That is a good movie. Like,
I need to watch it.
Anthony Hopkins is like has a good way of like being the most terrifying person yet the most calm, you know?
Mhm.
And like I mean I've never watched a movie that I was like all the other stuff I wasn't like I was a little bit
Wait.
interested in, but I wasn't
Good
as
question.
interested.
We have officially. I don't think. Do you want to just say what we're doing now? I don't think you ever like mentioned.
He said we're
The-
gonna move
the-
on to movies.
We're moving
Yeah,
on
the
to
movies.
officially. Okay, cool. Just double
Yeah.
checking. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, but I was more interested in all the Hannibal Lecter parts where he's just literally talking to Clarice, the main character. And the way he speaks, it's like I can't tell what accent he's trying to do sometimes though. it's like sometimes it's Southern, sometimes it's slightly American, sometimes it's slightly British, and I can't tell. Anthony Hopkins just is like very ambiguous about it, which I kind of like though. Keeps him a little ambiguous as well. So yeah, that's just a recent movie that I've watched. Curtis, any movies or TV shows that you like?
Oh, for movies, dude, my favorite movie is Four Brothers, and then I also love Lone Survivor and American Sniper. And then for TV shows, there's one that just released season 5 last Friday called Lucifer, and that's a good
Oh,
TV show.
Lucifer is a good TV show.
I don't know much about Lucifer.
It's
What's
on Netflix. It's basically
I'll
about
tell you
it's
everything about
basically about
Lucifer.
Satan owning a nightclub.
oh,
Lucifer's the devil. I am Lucifer.
you are Lucifer.
Thank you.
All
I try
right.
my best.
All
It's on
right.
Netflix. I think it's a
All right,
Netflix
well.
original.
Yep.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
actually really funny because I was at a hotel a couple nights ago with my brother, and I brought my PS4, and that's what we watched like all night. So we watched
Nice.
Lucifer. We watched the first season or the newest season. She's like, bro, this is such a good show. You gotta watch it. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's actually a pretty good show.
Why did he start you on the most recent season?
Because he wanted to watch season 5 because it just came out.
See,
All right.
okay, so that's like, I'm gonna bring up like a movie series, right? And this is something that like everyone has seen, but the Back to the Future movies are the greatest movies of all time.
Yeah.
Cannot change my mind.
I mean,
It's go
they
ahead.
are not my favorite, but they are really good.
It's a perfect trilogy, which is like where every movie just gets better. You know,
Yeah,
like Back
yeah.
to the Future 2 is better than Back to the Future, and Back to the Future 3 is the best. You know,
The one with the train is the
Uh-huh.
best.
Yeah.
exactly. I stand by that.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I really like it was kind of funny because I remember watching this little like YouTube video about how there's literally one shot where the original actor for McFly, who I forgot who was the original actor.
Michael J. Fox.
Well, no, it wasn't Michael J. Fox. It was somebody else. I'm not exactly sure who it was, but there's literally one frame where where he was there because I think he was either fired or he left during the middle of production, so they had to reshoot a ton of scenes with the main character. And there's like one
Oh,
shot in the first movie where he's there, but it's more like think of it more as like that guy's a stunt double or something like that. I think he gets punched, and that's the only time you see him. So yeah,
weird.
pretty interesting thing about about that movie in particular. Gravy, any movie, TV shows in mind?
Oh, it's when he's in the DeLorean, driving
Personally, I think
driving.
my favorite movie has got to be Cuties by Netflix. I just
Oh
can't.
no,
Okay, we're not
no.
gonna talk
We're
about
not
that.
Let's not get
talking
into
about
that.
And also, it's not out yet. I don't think, is it?
No.
Will's got it marked on his calendar.
Yes.
No, I just happened to watch a video about someone complaining about it
Will's on
today
an FBI
on
watch
Hey,
list.
YouTube.
hey, hey, hey. The plot was really good. I only care about the plot in that movie.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
Let me go on Netflix real quick and see what movies I've watched that are very guten.
That's exactly what I did, and then I was like, Back to the Future. That's what I'm gonna talk about.
Yeah. I think what a very good movie that I like to bring up as of a recent movie that is really good is Logan. Honestly, it's like it's so depressing, but that's what makes it so good because it's like like James Mangold is really did a really good job at making you feel like garbage.
The best kid show I could think about watching is Happy Tree Friends. I love that
Nope.
show.
Nope.
Kid friendly and everything. I recommend every kid watch it.
Nope.
No.
Curtis,
Um,
you know
Okay,
there are
fine. It might be
Lucifer.
PG-13.
okay, probably my movies. Two movies that I really like are Interstellar
mm,
from
Yeah.
2014, and then Hardcore Henry. Those are my two favorite.
okay,
Have you guys ever
Okay,
seen Hardcore Henry?
Swanger.
huh?
Have you ever seen Hardcore Henry?
No.
It's
I
on
actually
Netflix.
do want to watch that.
Oh, I didn't even get to like my second, or like it's technically my fourth favorite movie because the Back to the Future
Oh.
movies are the top 3.
Oh,
But it's-
okay, nice.
Wow,
Yeah.
Will.
I'm just
Great idea.
kidding.
Nice.
I haven't
I'm
got to
just
my
kidding.
132nd favorite movie yet.
But it's called Big Fish, I think. It was such a good movie.
Big Mouth.
What?
Okay, bud.
Big Mouth is a funny show.
Okay, bud.
But yeah, it's called Big Fish, and basically it's this movie. It has Ewan McGregor in it, the guy that played
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Thalomin.
No, we're kidding.
But it
We've had a talk about this.
Yeah, you can Allen Guinness.
Alec Guinness or no one else.
Yeah.
but basically it's this kid and he's he's trying to like figure out his dad's life story while his dad is about to pass away. And I
Very
watched it with
cool.
my dad and I cried a lot at the end.
It's hard to imagine you
baby.
crying.
Okay, that's fair.
All right.
All right.
I guess
But like seriously, it's a great movie. I suggest you watch it.
What is
Mm.
it called?
Big Fish.
Big fish, small sea.
all right, moving on to Thalomin. Got to think
Wow.
about this one.
So yeah, well, I mean, there are tons. To give you,
I bet
well,
Thalomin's seen more movies than we have.
I bet.
probably.
Probably.
All of us
I mean, before
combined.
before quarantine and everything, movies were like the my recreation.
Yeah, me too.
So it frequently I would look at what was playing for a week and go, oh, I've seen everything. But I mean, just to start, one that kind of started a whole generation of movies, and I'm only bringing this up because I was reminded that the 25th was Tim Burton's birthday.
Mhm.
Is Tim Burton's Batman?
Oh,
Oh yeah.
It if that movie hadn't happened, we probably would not have had
we wouldn't have the
any of the
MCU like we
other.
have
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
I mean, we
Um,
might have a couple of other superhero movies because like superhero are like a big genre, you know, but they wouldn't exist in the way that they
well,
do
they
now.
yeah, I mean, they are a big genre, but
Yeah, I
they
mean, the
weren't,
success of the
and that
Batman
was
movies is
yeah,
what led to
exactly.
the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, and then the Marvel movies
Yep,
that we know now because one of them is the highest grossing movie of all time, and I think 8 of them have made over $1 billion at the box office.
yep.
So,
Um, and staying on the Tim Burton kick, Edward Scissorhands is a favorite of mine. Um, Essentially, any movie with the Danny Elfman soundtrack kind of ranks up
Yeah.
there.
mhm,
Um, there were certain movies that kind of defined the summer. Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan, Ghostbusters.
uh,
Uh,
Ghostbusters,
Yeah.
also a good movie.
yep. Back to the Future was one of those.
Mhm.
Um, those are the big movies from the summers.
Like, obviously, I'm not old enough to have seen Back to the Future when it came out, but my mom was telling me about it, and she said basically, like, it was the first movie she ever went to that people, like, stood up and cheered at the end. It was that big of a thing.
It was pretty darn good. I mean,
Yeah.
there was a similar reaction in the Star Trek the Motion Picture.
Hmm.
Star Trek had been in reruns forever. We all grew up with it. You know, you go to the beach, you go swimming, you go back to the hotel, you watch a couple episodes of Star Trek, you go out to dinner. Was kind of like how vacations went. And that scene at the beginning of the movie where you see the Enterprise in dry dock on a big screen was just like, almost as good as Star Wars, which came out the year before.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm
So
surprised none of us have talked about Star Wars yet.
Shut
I
up.
think trying to avoid it. I think honestly, it's the only thing I wanted to avoid because it's like, yeah, we all know Star Wars.
yeah, pretty
Everyone knows
much.
Star Wars, and
Yeah.
everyone knows the MCU. You know, that's why
It's
I didn't want
like,
to talk about that.
yeah.
Spaceballs is better. Change my mind.
That's why we're not. That's why we're avoiding cuties, is because everybody knows about it.
Jesus.
Except we didn't avoid it though.
Yeah,
Ah, yeah,
Curtis,
Because
all I have to
somebody
say,
keeps bringing it back up. Anyway,
all I have to say, Curtis, is merchandising.
merchandising.
Calm the deserts.
Comb the deserts. Yes. All right.
Funny,
Joe.
she didn't look Jewish.
Spaceballs. I love that movie. I was gonna talk about that movie.
All right, I'll stop now.
Yeah, I'll
Big
pass
fan
it
movie,
on
though.
to Viking Pilot.
Is it yeah. So Spaceballs is a movie that I have loved for a long time, as we were making jokes about. That one is just a good feat, like a classic. Like you want to laugh, you watch Spaceballs with a bunch of buddies, kind of thing. Like
Mhm.
it's just kind of something that happens.
We should do a watch
That's what I
party of
do.
that.
But
You know, like I
we
was literally. That's actually funny because I was having a conversation about it literally yesterday with someone at school.
but we were so Spaceballs is a movie that I've always loved, and if you haven't seen it, you should because it's hilarious. And I watched it first time when I was like 12, and I've loved it ever since. But another movie that I've always like here's the thing, I'm gonna be a weeb now. The movie My Hero Academia 2 Heroes came out last year, and I went and saw it with a bunch of Overwatch buddies, and my god, I thought it was amazing. I thought it was an amazing movie. And for those of you who don't know what it is, My Hero Academia, basically Hero High School. It's anime, so it's not as popular, but I saw it in theaters. Seeing it on a big screen after watching these characters on my phone for so many years, like it was amazing. And then for TV shows, I'm just a huge weeb. So I guess the only like shows I love, Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, I was
Everyone
about to
should watch
mention that.
that.
If you have
Everybody
not
should
watched it,
watch that
watch it.
because
Greatest
it's
show of
like
all time.
and here's the thing about it though. Like, is it not? Don't just watch it because it's a good show. Like, watch it because of the lessons it teaches. Like, it's
It
not.
does teach.
It's a technically a kids show, but like,
Look,
yes, it's a
Iroh.
kids show involving genocide and cultural
Gee.
purification
Mhm.
and like not very kid friendly like topics that are discussed in a way that the kids don't notice them.
Yeah, like
The
it.
adults will notice them, but the kids won't.
Yeah,
And you learn about these things and it's life lessons, and it's such a good show. Everyone should watch it.
I mean,
Just to
90% of the life lessons from that show come from Iroh.
carry on.
But
Yeah, well, they all carry on as well. Like they
yeah,
carry over. And
I
then another
was
thing, but one final show. I'm two, I guess. The Mandalorian highly is a very good show.
it is.
yes.
I don't want to get Hulu Plus now.
I
It's
just
on Disney Plus.
Oh yeah, sorry, Disney Plus.
Anyway, just get a friend's account. But what I and then finally a show that I'm currently watching. Well, I guess Star Wars: The Clone Wars too, but a show that I'm currently watching, it's was recommended to watch like after, is called The Dragon Prince. I'm only like
I've
7
heard of
episodes in. It's actually
I've-
pretty good.
I've heard
Nice.
The voice
it was,
actor who plays Sokka plays the main character.
and it was also by the people that wrote Avatar, right? Or
I
created
think it
Avatar.
is. I think it is.
Nice.
I'm not sure, but it's
Yeah.
pretty.
So far on Netflix, they've released 3 seasons of that now.
I think so.
Or they've released parts of it 3 times. They, whether they call it season 1 part 1, season 1 part 2, or something, I don't know. But so I saw the first 2 groups of episodes, and
For Dragon Prince?
For Dragon Prince, yeah.
Yeah, there's 3
Yeah,
seasons.
I've seen all of those, and I'm like 2 episodes into the third season. It was one of those that I started picking back up again and didn't get back into.
Yeah.
Um, the other one that I've been watching is all of the uh, Tales of Arcadia, Troll Hunter, uh, Three Below, and Wizards are all uh, really good things on Netflix. Really good. They're not quite anime, but
They're animated shows.
yeah,
They're not
Yeah.
anime.
absolutely.
Yeah. I
Yeah, and we didn't even
realize.
get into that. I mean, I'd say that the movies that I enjoy the most are animated movies.
Oh.
You know,
My,
so
my
Howl's Moving
favorite
Castle.
show.
A lot of the
Yeah.
Pixar movies are really great.
yeah.
Yeah, we were talking
And
about.
Yeah.
If we want to go through animated, I'd be
Oh,
down.
well, oh
Yeah,
yeah, okay. So
every,
since I'm gonna talk about
Wait,
two
let Thalomin
things.
talk. Wait, let
Oh,
Thalomin talk.
I,
oh,
I,
Let him
all,
finish.
all I
Let
was
him
going to say is that our local theater chain does during the summer they do Miyazaki one
Oh,
day a week every Tuesday, and
that would be
so
awesome.
I I'll go to the movies every Tuesday and see a different Miyazaki movie for like 3 months. Uh,
Mm,
and the one that I is probably my favorite is Nausicaa, the Valley of the Winds, but Princess Mononoke, Spirited Away are two other ones that are up there for me.
Have you seen Howl's Moving Castle?
No, I don't think so. I think that's the one that I
highly
can never
recommend
quite make.
that one's my favorite of that like series and type of movie. Like Howl's Moving Castle is by far a favorite.
all right. Well,
Anyway,
yes,
go ahead, Lee.
yeah. I forgot to mention TV shows, and I also want to mention another movie, Pixar. But yeah. I mean,
Pixar is not a movie.
Another movie, Pixar.
Good.
another a Pixar movie.
Good.
Okay. All
Okay,
right.
there we go.
There we go. Yes. I
Just
don't want to mention this, but I didn't want to mention this, but I'm just gonna throw it out there. Like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, it's not good. Honestly, some of it's not good, but it's so hilariously dumb sometimes that it's enjoyable to watch. So, I'm just gonna put it out there that I don't think it's the greatest anime ever, but it's just so hilariously bizarre in so many in so many ways that it's like it's worth a watch if you haven't watched it yet. But yeah, the movie that I want to talk about is Wall-E. That one,
okay.
I don't know why. I watched that movie like yesterday and I had the most nostalgia tears ever. I don't know why. It was just
It's
it
sad.
wasn't
Came
even
out
just
forever
about the
ago.
movie.
You just wanted a floating recliner. Face it.
He's
What
jealous.
do you mean? I have one, basically.
Yeah, I was
Anyway,
just
Without the floating part.
for some reason I just couldn't help but like freaking cry because that movie was like a huge part of my childhood.
Like the early Pixar movies were so good. I mean,
Yeah.
like Up, I cry every single time I watch that movie. The first 10 minutes of that movie are depressing.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
think what's funny is you calling Up one of the early Pixar movies.
It's
I
like
mean, Toy Story
midway.
was the earliest one, and then Toy Story
No.
2,
No, it wasn't.
then The Bug's Life. Yeah, it was.
Toy Story was not the first one.
It was the
Yeah, it
first
was.
Pixar movie.
Was it?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
came out in '95.
Oh shit.
I think it was like the first one because it was I think like I remember then talking about like oh it was like the computer animation, one of the earliest
It
computer
was
animation.
it was the first fully animated, like the first computer animated feature film,
Yeah.
On the topic of movies,
or
what about
3D.
drive-in movie theaters? That stuff was great.
I heard
Yeah.
like some drive-in movie theaters like in my area like started to get more business because of the whole social distancing thing going on.
They're
Yeah,
going back in
Well,
popularity.
we can't say the C word
in
because
here
YouTube.
here up in Massachusetts, the only theaters that are open are drive-in movie theaters.
Okay,
Yeah.
our movie theaters opened back
The
up
the
last week.
the
Yeah.
the drive-in the twin drive-in So they have 2 screens. The double feature that they had last weekend was Jurassic Park followed by Jaws
Oh wow.
Those are
on
we didn't even bring
one
those. Those
screen.
are great movies too.
Yeah, Jurassic Park, that's another summer tentpole movie. And then on the other screen, they had Mean Girls and Heathers.
Mean
Nice.
Girls is also a pretty good movie. It's just funny to watch.
Yeah. Well, I think that was a really good discussion about movies.
That
Do you think we want to
was.
move on to the questions?
Oh, I have
Yeah.
one last little thing on movies, and that's to just ask you guys if any of you have seen the original trailer for Spaceballs.
I have.
No,
No.
I have not.
It's worth watching. It's hilarious.
Mhm.
All right, got it. All right,
Why?
Viking, since you have that pulled up, right? You have the podcast.
Yeah, I got the questions pulled up.
Why? It's
Curtis, did you want to tell a story real quick? Actually,
Yes.
Curtis
So,
requested.
this is a question for all you guys. What is the most amount of ice cream bars you have ever got in one run?
Consumed.
Not consumed, but just like bought or got free in one run.
One.
Free?
One.
yeah.
bought.
I would get them in middle school for getting good grades. Teachers would give you an ice cream bar or something.
Yeah, what's the most you've ever had at one time?
Like eaten.
No, just like had. Like at your house.
Oh.
Oh, I don't like ice cream. I don't like
Probably
ice cream
one.
bars.
One.
One or two, I'd say.
I don't like them.
Okay.
I mean, I'll eat them every once in a while, but like they're, eh.
So on Sunday, have you guys ever heard of Ruby's Pantry?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
So they're like a sponsor and everything. They do like
Mhm.
a lot of the time, like $20 you give them, and they give you like a lot of food that's about to be expired in like a
Okay,
week
so
or
this
two.
podcast is sponsored by Ruby's Pantry.
Yeah, shout out to Ruby's Pantry. No, it's actually a really nice thing they do. Everything they give out $20 worth of food, or you give them $20 and they give you a lot of food that's just about to get expired. Well, on Sunday they were giving out boxes of ice cream bars that was probably going to expire soon. So me and my buddy went in there and we said, how much can you get? And they said you can get 20 boxes. So me being stupid, I was like, okay, 20 boxes times 6.
You
That's
did.
that's about 120 ice cream bars, right?
You didn't, did you?
No,
Please tell
I
me
got,
you didn't.
I didn't. I got 18 boxes.
Thank God. Only
I got
Thank God, only 18.
peanut butter flavored, cheesecake flavored, and a mint flavored ice cream bar.
Nice.
So I opened up the box on my way
Wait,
home.
so you just like not have like regular vanilla ice cream bars?
Just mint, cheesecake, and peanut butter. So
Did you eat the majority of those?
no, they're not even finished yet.
No, I ate over 100 ice cream bars.
No, that's not even the funny part. Like 120 ice cream bars. How long does that last you think? Like a
No,
good
but
month
they'll-
or two, right?
Yeah, no, but they'll be expired because
Yeah, but
that's
whatever.
the whole point of the.
Oh, we lost
Where'd
Thalomin. He doesn't
Thal-
like ice cream, I guess.
I gotta go. Ice cream is the worst.
But no. So I'm driving home, and we have the whole entire backseat of the truck full, and like we have the AC on full blast, and with the ice cream bars of how cold they are, it got the truck even colder. So we just left after picking up these 18 boxes. My buddy cuts open the box, and then we realize there's 6 boxes in each box, and each box holds 6 ice cream bars. So I did the math. We had 648 ice cream bars in the backseat.
No, why?
That freezer right now has a total
It must be like
250. We have a total of 252 ice cream bars at my house right now. And I gave
Why?
11 of the boxes away to my neighbors for free and everything because we got them for free. And just to my buddy's neighbors, we gave them away. So now I just got 250 ice cream bars in the freezer.
Dude, I want to come to your house and just steal your ice cream bars, but like not eat them because I don't like them.
I want to. I'll eat them. I'll help you out.
It's just so funny. You're just driving home. We're like, dude, there should be 648 ice cream bars.
Why? Why
I'm
did
like,
you
"There's-"
do that?
because my mom's like, Oh, get as much as you can. And she stopped maybe like 2 or 3 boxes. No, I came back with 18.
Well,
So if you
Oh
guys want
wow.
some, I'll send them in the mail for you. Might not be ice cream anymore, but it'll be a nice soup.
probably be expired by then.
Mint
Also.
soup.
Probably.
All right, next question.
Okay, no, so we're getting on to like real questions.
Yes.
These are viewer questions, right?
Yes, these are questions from the viewers.
You wonderful people.
First off, gotta get Thalomin back in here. All right.
There we go.
What's
Yep,
wrong
it comes
with you?
back once we were
Where'd
done
you
talking
go?
about the ice cream.
My network decided to die.
Oh.
Apparently,
Did you hear the
Wow.
punchline of his story?
I don't know, but if it's anything less than 192, then he loses.
He had
Right.
648
And 48.
ice cream balls
Okay, he wins.
Yes.
in the back seat of his car.
Truck.
Truck. Same difference.
Okay, actual questions time. So I guess we'll go down the line. I think we got 5 here. We got 5 questions.
I'm gonna pull
So-
these up on my screen as well.
So these 5 questions are as follows. So let's go with the first one from Carved Onions. Is there a point, theoretical or set in stone, where you will stop accepting applications to join the server? I think this is kind of one for. I guess we can all kind of.
Sorry,
Yeah,
what
I
was the
mean,
question? I didn't hear it.
I guess we could all
Is there a
talk
point at
about
which
when
we'll
we
stop
think we
accepting
would.
applications to join the server? I'm gonna take this one to start off with. I know for a fact once we hit like 15 people, 16 people, we pretty
That's
much are gonna stop.
that's
Yeah, that's pretty
completely.
much it.
But like
We got
now,
a ton
now
of
we have
people.
what 12, and
There's 13.
that's 13. That's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people for a new server to handle. So
Yeah, I think like
we're
we're
all in
pretty
agreement.
much done.
Yeah.
One
I
or
think
two more people.
two more people is fine, and then we're for a while.
I mean, like with the new server upgrade, we're not having any problems that direction. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I
But
think
it's
we
like
might-
it's gonna get harder and harder. You know, it's like we need to make sure because the thing is about the server is we need to make sure everybody's happy. You know,
Yep.
like if someone has a problem, we have to address it.
we might just get to that point where people keep sending applications and we're full. But at that point, I'm pretty sure we'll
No,
just kick out the worst of us. So
no,
me
just
first, and then Meg, and then
And then
Oh, me?
me. Meg
All
is the
right.
second worst person confirmed.
That's right.
But I guess that answers that question because like it'll happen soon-ish if we see we want to get the perfect, not the perfect, but we want to get the best people for the job, right? So
Yeah,
once we fill that up, 15-ish, we're gonna be done. So
yeah.
let's move on. Lined Cardinal has another question, and I suppose
Mine Cardinal has another question.
first question. Sorry, this is his first question.
Talkative over there.
For those in college/university or going into college/university, what is your major? So I'm gonna kind of edit this because we've got 3 high schoolers here.
Yeah,
What
I'm
do you
gonna.
guys want to major in?
Yeah.
Starting with Curtis, we'll go down. If you dropped out, that is what it is. Curtis, go for it.
Alrighty. So I'm no longer in college, and I never went to those fancier rich boy colleges
Fancy rich boy colleges.
because I'm not fancy or a rich boy.
Exactly.
I'm a slick-haired, mullet-loving, country kind of guy, and I just went for a 2-year trade school college for machining because a lot of people are not doing the trades anymore, so that'll start actually paying more in the future than the electronic field will actually, in my opinion.
Probably
Just
we'll
because
see.
it's a dying
Probably.
culture now.
Because it's all about like supply and demand.
Supply and demand.
If they have a lot of people going into the electronic field and like less people going into the trades field, you're gonna have to pay those people more to do more work.
Yeah. Well, me, I don't know what I want to major in yet, but I am taking a civil engineering and architecture class, and I feel like if I do good in that class, it'd be really helpful for college or university
Mhm.
in finding out what I really want to do. So anything maybe involving architecture, maybe. So yeah, I'm I'm not exactly sure, but I think I might want to get into some architecture and
For
architectural design.
for me, I'm thinking something more along the lines of like engineering or graphic design. I'm in the second year of what we call the engineering academy at my school. Um, it's a 4-year course, and basically they teach you the things that you would need to be an engineering major in college and do well in that situation. So if I enjoy the next couple of years of this, I might do engineering. Graphic design is something that I've wanted to pursue for a while, but I mean, I'm I've got a while.
Since you aren't in college right now, what would you like to do if you go to college? What do you want to major in? Are you planning on going to college? What do you want to do? It's the annoying question that every high schooler gets asked. What do you want to do in life?
No, you get asked a million times.
Military.
Dude, I was asked like
Right
6
now,
times on the first day of school.
so right now I started my first engineering course.
Is it the same one that Big's taking?
Nah, Mig's in high school.
No,
So,
I'm
like,
doing
right now,
architecture.
You said it was civil engineering and architecture.
That's both. Anyway, continue.
So right now I'm trying to get my associate's degree in engineering,
Very
and I'm probably gonna go to the military for probably 4 years to get the rest of my education for like free. And if I stay in the military, I'm probably gonna be in the Air Force, and
nice.
I want to be a part of the United States Space Force because
Yeah,
that's
join the Space Force, bro.
Join the Space Force.
Not
Yes.
even kidding. My dad's trying to talk me into joining the Space Force. I'm like, Dad, I don't want to do it. He's like, you should do it.
Boy,
they have a lot of good career options.
They
I was
do.
looking at,
join
like,
the
different.
Space Force.
It's pretty sick. But if I
Make
don't
me
join the
proud, son.
military, I don't know if I am. But if I don't join the military, I'm gonna try and transfer to a 4-year and finish my engineering, and maybe try and get a PhD if I can pay for it in or a
University of
master's.
Wyoming, bro. It's cheap. And we got a tier one
Uh,
engineering school. Tier one engineering.
Shit, I might have to think about it. But
I might be going there
probably,
too. So if you wanna,
Walmart
yeah.
advertisement for UW.
Probably
UW. Yes.
gonna pursue a master's degree in nuclear engineering
That'd be very cool.
or theoretical physics.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Either one's pretty cool. So yeah, that's my plan. That's what I'm studying. I'm gonna be
Thalomin,
an engineer.
would you like to tell us what you did or what you'll do?
Sure. I have a master's of science in computer science.
Very cool. In what school, if you don't mind us asking, what school did you go to?
Northeastern University, Boston, Massachusetts.
Very cool. All right. And then that leaves me. I go to the University of Wyoming.
I think we all know this at this
Currently,
point.
you know that, but you don't know this as much. I'm currently a management major. So studying
Well,
to learn how to run a business, basically. So
well, I knew it because I talked to you, but the viewers probably would.
yes, my emphasis is also entrepreneurship. So
Mhm.
I've grown up on a family business, and it's kind of like, well, business is something I've decided because I'd want to get a job in the esports industry because it's a just starting out, really starting to get popular. If I can get a job in the esports industry, that would be absolutely awesome. And getting a business degree helps with that because it is a business, and being able to know the ins and outs of a business helps. So
All right, so is this better?
yes.
Yes.
Alright.
Dr. Shadowwater asks who came up with the idea for the Pleasant Craft server. This one I can answer because I know the answer to. It was Zero MC, Zero Smiley Face, Mr. Zero himself invited me. He was like, hey, he reached out to me after one of my streams back in March, like my third stream back. And he was like, hey, I like your stuff. Do you want to start a server together? And initially I was like, what? I'm on a server. what would I want to play? Like for those of you who don't know, I played on my own private server, like with my friends who were never online, so it was basically just single player. But I at the time I was like, what? Maybe. I said like, sure, why not? And then the rest is history from there. Like Zero came to me, then he was like, you and I are now co-owners. Let's find some people to join, and it's all history from there.
And it's had
Nice.
ups and downs over the
Yeah.
almost like
There's
a
been a
little.
lot of lessons learned and lessons taught and experiences and friendships and rivalries and stuff throughout the 5 months so far, and hopefully we go on for many, many more years.
A war
Yes.
that I won.
Of the 1 day war. Yeah.
Yeah.
The infamous 1 day war. It
Alright.
was more like
need to do that
16-hour war, but
Moving on to the next question. Knox asks, what is the most service store on the server? Example, a store like Amazon, Walmart, Target, etc.
I
guess
still don't.
service. I guess
Does
that
he mean
means,
like bought
most
from?
visited, and that'd be
Yeah.
Walmart probably.
Walmart.
Walmart or a
Yeah.
rocket
Well,
shop.
Walmart just sells the most things, you know.
Yeah. I think a rocket shop might be like, it might go Walmart and then rocket shop because everyone needs rockets, and that's why.
Yeah, and
I
then
don't know, the
probably
book
I'm waiting
Curtis's
for pizza
shop.
to stop stocking rockets so I can raise my prices back up.
But
But
like to
uh,
to be, what's the word? Honest? No, not honest. Uh,
blunt.
I guess to be blunt. Your prices are way too cheap.
Me, I know. The problem is, if I sell it for any more expensive, you're just gonna go buy out Pizza's shop,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then I'm not gonna make any profits because Pizza's selling it for 1 diamond
Oh,
for 9 stacks of rockets. So
But the
like, I could sell it for the same price.
But the thing is, if he sells for, like if we just go buy out his shop, right? If that's 3 diamonds, yours is 2, which
But here's
is
the thing: no one
cheaper.
buys on his shop anymore. I'm trying to get him out of the market. I'm trying to make a monopoly here. I want a monopoly on the rocket business.
Okay,
I am
That's illegal.
anyway.
But okay, my landscaping shop and my ice shop that I built this week have already made me almost a stack of diamonds, and I'm very proud.
Nice.
Nice.
But
I think I had
final question.
no. It's made over a stack because Thalomin bought
Oh
some
yeah,
ice today.
nice. The final question that we got for this podcast today. Hopefully, we'll get more questions for the next podcast. Does Pleasantcraft have a goal they want to reach as a community? And I think this is one of the ones where we go down the line, and I think we'll all ask like, "Hey, what is your individual goal? What do you want to see Pleasantcraft do? Like, do you have any goals for Pleasantcraft?" And we'll go down the line and start with Curtis. Curtis, go ahead.
Well, for goals, we're talking about here for Pleasant Crafts, just to have a strong community of friends and be able to make a relationship where we all can just stream and have a good time. And it's not really much about the viewers that we even care about at all. It's just being able to hang out
Well,
with
we
each other
care
and have
about the
fun.
viewers, but
We
like
care
it's
about the
not.
viewers.
We don't care about numbers,
Yeah,
but we care
numbers
about
is
the
what I
viewers.
mean, but it's always a good thing to have us all on there and just all hanging out and talking in the Discord.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, for me, I mean, I have thought about it quite a bit about my goal is just to have a place where like because I used to be the person who was very depressed and always watched a bunch of like Twitch streams or YouTube videos. And, like that made me feel a little bit better. It wasn't the thing that fixed my depression or whatever, but it definitely helped along the way. So I feel like the goal that I strive for is making people feel just a little bit better when they're having a crappy day, you know, and also
Doing a
having
bad
fun
job
with the
every
community
week.
that I'm in. And
Yeah,
I'm very
you're
happy with
doing
this community where it's
great
going.
job.
So yeah.
I guess that means it's my turn. Um, my goal is to have a community that we have an impact on, like us as the Pleasants having an impact on people that is positive. Like I want people to think of us and think they are good people, because I mean that's like my goal in life is to like just be a good person.
Yeah.
Cool.
I was actually asked about that today by my English teacher for a stupid assignment.
Oh, fun.
It was like, write 200 words about what your biggest goal in life is. And I was like, uh,
Can be summed up in 2 sentences.
yeah, exactly. 'Cause
Minecraft,
I
Be
didn't
Minecraft.
get
excellent
it.
to each other and party on, dudes.
Be excellent
Yes!
to each other,
And party on, dudes.
dudes.
Excellent.
God, I love
Exactly.
that's a good movie. Anyway, I think Gravy's gone right now. He said he'd be back. Oh, he's
No,
back.
right there.
All right, you ready? Go ahead, Gravy. It's your turn.
Fighting
For what? What? Sorry.
bottom.
What is your goal? What would you like to see with Pleasantcraft? What is your personal goal? What would you like to see come out of Pleasantcraft or grow with Pleasantcraft or whatever happened?
What? That's I don't know. I just hmm. What do I want to see come out of Pleasantcraft?
Like
I
For
what do
don't.
you
yourself, for the server.
yeah.
I don't really care about me necessarily, but what I want to see come out for the server is all of you guys get like discovered by a lot of people. I think that the collaboration will really help. Um, I just honestly, I just want to have fun with you guys on the server, and I like the close knit community um, that we have. I don't really, I don't, I guess what I want to come out as the Pleasant Craft server. I guess I would just say for it to be the next Hermit Craft, that kind of thing.
You want to have some fun. You want to be the big dogs.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want Pleasant Craft to be up there with the big
I
dogs.
want to be the big dogs with a community of people that don't
Community of big
harass
dogs.
the other members.
Yeah.
A wholesome community.
Yes.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah, that's my answer.
Alrighty, Thalomin.
Well, I mean, the thing about going towards the end is that pretty much everyone has said the same sort of things that I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm thrilled about being on Pleasant Craft because there's just so much creativity, and it working with other creative people helps my creativity grow. So I really like that and enjoy that, and I'm can't wait to really get into some decent collaborations on things with people. Um, but I mean, I guess my goal with content creation in general is to just to have fun while expanding my skill set, get better at Minecraft, get better at editing, uh, sound mixing, whatever it takes to make a better video. Maybe get better at streaming since I don't stream. That's pretty much it.
All right. Now, Viking.
Yeah. So I guess it's the same for me in like ways and different in others. Since I'm technically one of the founders of Pleasantcraft, like I want to see this succeed. I want to see it just last as long as possible, but not be like scraping by. Like I want it to be thriving and love and like living and growing. And that's what I see now. And it makes me very happy, but I want more. I always want more growth, more happiness, more friends, more amazing builds, more views, more just everything. More of everything basically is what I want. But I also want to see like everyone who's on the server is here for the right reasons. We all want to have fun. We're all vibing. We're all
That's the reason we did it.
communal.
We had a big
Yeah,
conversation
we had a big
as a
meeting about
server
that. We had a big
a
meeting about
couple of
that.
weeks ago.
That's not something I want to talk about here though.
Yeah, no.
Like, but just that ability to say like, hey, we like I want to be able to look back in 10 years and go, wow, I started this with the help of Zero and we stuck with it and look what it's got into two now. I want to be able to do that. And hopefully with a lot of hard work and patience and a lot of effort from the rest of the guys, other Pleasants, we will get to that point someday.
Yes.
Alrighty. That's the last of the
And
questions.
that's the last of the questions. And
The
I think
last
that's about.
I really have to go. So I will
Yes.
see you guys later.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
See ya. See ya.
I think
Yeah.
okay.
All right. I
Okay,
think I'm
much
going to
love,
end the
friend.
podcast here, though. We've been having a lot of fun today. So, yeah.
This was
Thank
a
you.
fun
Thank you,
podcast.
guys, for watching. Whoever is watching here this podcast. Subscribe and follow everybody on Twitch and YouTube. in the
Links
description.
will
Yeah, links in the description for both YouTube and Twitch. I'll make sure to put that. And just have a great rest of your day, night, afternoon, whatever. So yeah, thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Bye, everyone.